Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. I will note right off the bat that no, I'm not a certified yoga instructor. However, I have been practicing yoga for well over 10 years. I used to dance, play sports, so stretching has always played a role in my life. Now that I'm pregnant, it has played a bigger role, and I do recommend it to all you beautiful pregnant women out there to be stretching every day if you can. Of course, the rule of thumb is to always listen to your own body no matter what. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and all the stretches. Please comment below, subscribe, and enjoy. We are going to get started in a seated position. Just make sure you're sitting up nice and tall with your shoulders pulled back. And we're gonna start with just warming up the neck here, so you can lean to your right. If you think you need a little bit more of a stretch, you can place your hand on your head, adds a little bit more weight. And then when you're ready, switch over to your left side. And same idea, you can add your hand and place it on your head if you want the added weight. Kind of gives it a bit more of a stretch. We're going to move into front neck circles here. So just lean your right ear towards your right shoulder, and you just want to roll it forward, kind of making these half circles until your left ear reaches your left shoulder. And then you just want to go back and forth a bit, warm up those neck muscles. Now sit up nice and tall. We can do a nice front stretch in the neck and chest. Just look up and back. Make sure there's no strain in your neck. Next, we are going to do some body circles. So this is one of my favorites. And you can get as deep or as into it as you'd like. I like to get my shoulders up in there. So you just kind of want to do one direction, do about 5 body circles. And then when you're ready, you can switch and go the other way. This is a good way to start warming up those shoulders, which we will get to in a bit as well. And then after you are done, we're gonna stretch out our sides, our obliques, our ribs. Start by raising your left arm, place your right hand down beside you, and just stretch over. As you breathe in and out, you can get deeper and deeper into the stretch, whatever feels good for your body. You can continue to move that right hand that's on the ground further away from your body and see how deep of a stretch you can get into. And then let's try the other side. Maybe it feels a little bit more tight on this side. Again, read your body. Whatever feels right and good for your body right now is what you are aiming for. This is also a really good one that I have to do every day. I like to just go back and forth between the right and the left side again. I just do it a few more times after my initial long hold, probably just because it feels so good. And I hope you're feeling how good this is as well. As your baby grows, this is a great way to make more room by stretching out your rib area, the sides of your body, your obliques. Let's warm up those shoulders. Just some simple shoulder rolls. You can roll those shoulders back. And then forward. They can be as big or as small as you need them to be. All right, let's move to some cat and cows. So we're gonna get into tabletop position. You wanna inhale and look up towards the ceiling, and then exhale it all out, round that back. You wanna keep your core engaged at all times, help work the core out as well. I find that this pose is super energizing for me. Really gets the blood flow going. It really wakes up the muscles in your back, your core, your shoulders even. So it's a really nice pose to incorporate every day. Some days I feel like I have to do 15 cat and cows, and other days I'm good with just, 6 or 8. Really try to breathe into your back and core. And from here, we're going to do another shoulder stretch. So if you want to reach your right hand straight up and then just weave it under through your left hand and try to rest your head down. If you'd like, you can reach your left arm behind you. This creates a bit of a back twist and a bit more of a stretch, which feels really good as well. And then we're going to do the other side. So you just got to raise your left hand straight up and then weave it through to the right side. And again, if it suits your needs, you can reach your right arm behind you this time and create a little bit of a twist. And use your right hand to push yourself back up. And while we are still in tabletop here, we're going to do something I just call the C curve stretch. Your goal is to look behind you. What you're doing is pushing your right hip out to the side while you look to the right, kind of creating a C with your body, and then doing the other side. So this is another stretch to kind of stretch out the sides, the rib area, the back. The further back you look and the more you push your hips out to the side, the more you'll feel it. From here, let's go into downward dog. This is really a full body stretch. I like to stretch out my calves, my hamstrings, even in your upper and lower back, the shoulders. I love that you even start to get some of the blood rushing to your head. Feel free to pedal your feet out or just leave them flat on the ground. Don't forget to breathe. When you're all set here, we can come down on our knees and prep for puppy pose. It's kind of like a half downward dog. I like this stretch because it allows me to get a bit deeper and stretch out my upper and lower back as well as my shoulders. If you are far in your pregnancy, you'll find that you'll have to spread your legs out a bit more to make room for that beautiful pregnant belly, of course. When you're ready, we're going to transition next into Sleeping Hero as a counter pose. So you can place your hands behind you. I do like to start off slow, so just start by leaning back, and then as your body calls for it, you can slowly transition onto your elbows, maybe even down until you're flat on your back. Regardless of what stage you're at, it's a great stretch for the front of your quads and your belly. Whichever position you are in, be sure to get out of it very carefully and slowly by using your hands and arms to prop yourself back up. And when you're ready, we're going to move into the next pose, which is going to be a nice low and deep squat. They recommend this for her pregnant woman because it does help with prepping for delivery and going into labor. So you want to make sure your back is straight, your shoulders are pulled back. Sometimes I like to even just walk around because it does warm up the muscles a bit more, trying to get the flow going, get my muscles warm. You can put your hands in prayer and use your elbows to kind of pry your legs a bit more open. From here, let's stretch out our left leg. Be sure to keep that left foot flexed, and you'll feel that stretch in your inner thigh as well as your calf. And then you can just go back and forth by leaning over to your left side and stretching out your right foot. You can use your hands and put it on the ground in front of you a bit to use as support. I like to move back and forth a bit just to wake up the muscles, but feel free to hold it on one side for longer and then switch when you're ready. They say during the later weeks in your pregnancy, you might start to feel more strain in your calves, and they start to pull, especially at night when you're sleeping. So this is a great way to stretch those muscles out. You can just come up and straddle and dangle over your legs. This is always a good rest pose. Stretch it out, let your body hang. Now let's sit back down, put our legs into butterfly. You can hang your body over and let your body weight determine the stretch. When you're ready, you can slowly roll yourself back up. And that is pretty much the stretch routine I like to do on a daily basis. I hope you guys enjoyed that stretch, and we will see you next time. Thank you for joining.